Hey, morning.
Hello. Okay,
I'll be right there.
okay.
What questions do y'all have?
I have one marked. Let me get. Oh, can you do number 7 in the review packet?
Sure. So you don't have to, but I generally recommend just at least sketching out a graph. You don't have to use graph paper, kind of just because it's easier. But typically, it just helps to kind of picture what we're looking at here. So the length of the major axis is 8, the length of the minor axis is 3, focus is on the y-axis. So we're going to kind of assume, just to make it easier on ourselves, that the origin is probably the center.
Okay.
And let's just kind of make that assumption to see if we can make it work here. So the length of the major axis is 8 and the minor axis is 3. So which one would be the major axis? Would it be vertical movement or horizontal movement?
Vertical.
Vertical, because it says the focus points are on the y-axis, right? So that has a length of the major axis is equal to 2a according to our formula sheet.
Mm-hmm.
So if 2a equals 4, then a must equal 2. So I'm going to go up 2 and down 2. Oh, wait.
Isn't it 8?
What was I just doing? Sorry about that. Just waking up here. So before I go there, sorry about that. Would be 2a, whoops, 2a equals 8. 8, I keep saying the right thing and writing down the wrong thing. So a equals 4. So we go up 4 and down 4. So let me change that. I think I was doing something too simple as to getting ahead of myself there. Up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down 4. And then the minor axis is 3. So how far do I go to the right and left there?
1.5.
1.5, right? So half of that, because that's equal to 2b if you need to do your formula. The minor axis is always 2b, so b would equal 1.5. So 1.5 to the right and 1.5 to the left. And did it say if this is a let's see, find the equation of the ellipse, right, for this section. So this is an ellipse. So here's we didn't actually have to draw it technically, but b is equal to 1.5. And so now we know it's a vertical ellipse. So I might start with something like the formula here, which would be, in this case, we're going to use the simpler formula, x squared over b squared plus y squared over a squared equals 1. And so we know it's vertical because it's taller than it is wide here. And so now we're just plugging in our a value and plugging in our b value into our formula. And so this would be x squared over 1.5 squared. I'm okay if you write it like that. You could also use your calculator to type in whatever 1.5 squared is, probably 2.25. Or you could write it like 3/2 squared, like 9/4 you could write it as, plus y squared over
Oh, I see what I did wrong.
18 equals 1.
Okay.
So I'd accept a lot of different answers down there. I don't care if you simplify that or not. I'm okay if you just put that, or if you put 9/4 or 2.25 or 1.5 squared. But I do want in the denominator there. Don't put that. I guess you could. I would accept it if you put 4x squared divided by 9. That would be okay as well.
Okay.
Other questions? Do y'all have other questions? Lily or
I
Nathan?
have another one.
Oh, go ahead, Anna.
Okay. Can you do number 12 as well?
Sure. So it looks like in this one, because of the y minus k and x plus 3 squared, it's not centered to the origin. Like the one number 11, the center is right there at the origin. Here you can tell it's definitely not. It's not a bad idea to think about the formulas here. So the formula is going to be y minus k squared. What type of hyperbola is this?
Vertical.
Yeah. And x minus h squared over b squared. And you knew it was vertical because the y term came first, right? If you look at your two formulas, the horizontal one was x squared minus y squared, basically. So we have our formula. So it's important to figure out like the h and k here. So h, it looks like h is equal to x minus 2. So x minus h here. So this would be x. So h is -3 and k is.
Oh, I see where I went wrong. Okay.
+2. So you have to make sure those aren't flipped around, because when y is first, it's tempting to say, oh, it's 2 comma -3, but actually it's -3 comma 2 is our center.
Okay. That's what I did wrong.
Okay, well, let's just finish it off. So we have it here. So then we're going to go vertical change is underneath y. So that's going to be my a squared. So a equals 2. So I'm going to go up 2 and down 2. And horizontal change is underneath there. So that's b. That's a. This is b squared for this formula. So that b is equal to 3. And x is always horizontal change. So we go 3 to the right and 3 to the left. And now it's not an ellipse, it's hyperbola. So we have to remember to do the dot box here. It's always hard to do on a smartboard, but you do your dotted lines that connect the corners of the dot box. And you identify the vertex points. In this case, it's a vertical hyperbola. It's kind of going up and down like that. So this is going to be a vertex point. This is a vertex point. The hyperbola will go through those and kind of stay within the confines here. It doesn't ask me to do the focus points, so I think we're done. But if it did ask me to do the focus points, I would have to use the formula. I think it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. That would be 4 plus 9 is 13. So c equals square root of 13 if you work that out, which is like 3 point something, 1, 2, 3 point something, somewhere right up there. Be the focus point right down there. You just use the formula at that point. I think it's probably h comma k plus or minus c is the formula for that.
Okay.
Other questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
Not on a specific problem, but just
Okay.
so the way you know whether the vertex of the conic is at the origin or somewhere else, is that just if you have h and k?
Yes, if you have h and k, like this one was a giveaway that the center is not the origin. This one's a giveaway that the center is at the origin.
Okay.
There's no like parentheses there. It's just x squared, y squared. There's no like minus something or plus something. Yep. So you could use two different formulas, or you could use the more advanced formulas, the h and k formula, and just plug in 0, 0 when you're doing 11.
Okay.
So some people do it different ways. Some people have two sets of formulas, and some people just always use the HK formulas, and then just plug in 0, 0 if h and k are 0, 0.
Okay.
So like for number 3 and 4, you would just automatically assume the vertex is at 0, 0.
Because it says
Oh,
vertex is.
I didn't even see that.
Oh, I know it's hard to read stuff. I do the same thing.
Oh, never
It
mind.
definitely makes it easier when you know that.
Okay. And does it okay if you include the +0 at the end of those, or should
I
you
don't
just?
care. If you want to, that's fine.
That's all I had.
Lily, do you have any questions?
No.
Like, did y'all get that? Was this a hard part for you at the end, like that kind of stuff?
No.
No, I think after the last review session we did, I understand those more.
Yeah.
Okay. Like anytime you're doing a problem, it just helps to identify like the HK. And then I always write out the formula. Like right away, you know this is a horizontal hyperbola, so you would write out the like x minus 8 squared over a squared minus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. So to me, like a big hint is once you identify what type of conic it is, write out the formula with variables, and it makes it easier to plug in stuff, I think, because then you can find your HK and figure out the horizontal change here looks like 2 and vertical change is 3. So you can figure out like the a squared would be 4 there, and the b squared would be 9. Any other questions on any of them?
We can have our formula sheets, right, for the.
Yes, you can use your formula sheets for the test, and the test will be in 2 days. So you'll have like half of it the first day. So it won't take more than an hour, if that makes sense. Like each part won't take more than an hour that way. And I think if this is okay with y'all, I think Thursday we're just going to have a day off.
That's
So,
good with me.
yeah, you're probably upset about that. You're probably like, wait, but I want math every day. But we'll probably rotate in a kind of like a dead day.
Okay.
Is the test gonna be like online? Like how is the
Yeah,
test
so
going?
it'll be similar to a quiz. I'll just send you the first 2 or 3 pages, however many pages the first half
Okay.
is.
Okay.
And then you'll just submit it just like you would a quiz.
Okay.
But you can use your formula sheet. So formulas are okay.
And graphs are okay too, like the graphs that go with
The graph
formula.
with not example problems, but like with A, B, C's in there, the graphs, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Any other questions? Y'all good?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Thanks for coming to the review session. Is there anyone else here? I think it's just you 3, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Thanks. Have a good day.
You too.
To